Jerome Powell says he's still going to continue to hike his rates. Here are 4 events that might cause him to change course and not only stop increasing rates, but maybe even decrease rates, again causing your house prices to go up, up, up. Look out for these 4. Number 1, world conflict changes and the US becomes involved somehow. If that happens, then by nature, we print more money, and again, that creates more inflation. Number 2, the global market could have a sentiment that it has finally bottomed the descent of the downward trend. People tend to hoard cash, hoard US dollars, if they believe the US dollar is the best currency to hold at the time. And when that market bottoms, they will sell out of those dollars and go back into other investments and other things, and that could cause them to change course. Number 3 is the US likes to remain as the global reserve currency. Now, the US dollar is gaining in power against other currencies. You can see the dollar and the pound and the Chinese yuan. The US dollar has gained pretty significant gains against those. The only one we've really maybe lost ground to is the ruble. It's really the ruble increasing in power. Now, as the US dollar gains in power, if it's always going up in the Bank of in the UK, for example, the pound recently announced they're getting back into QE, or quantitative easing, then it'll continue to skyrocket in power, and eventually those holding those US dollars might say, hey, kind of like holding a Bitcoin, it's a really good time to sell this Bitcoin. They sell the US dollar starts to lose its global reserve currency status. So if the Fed sees signs of that potentially happening, boom, they might change course, go back into QE, printing of money, and your real estate goes back up. Number 4 is unemployment. If they start seeing changes in unemployment, could also cause the Fed to change. Now, this can happen much quicker than maybe previously thought, especially if the US dollar is gaining in power as it is, because every company that is currently today exporting goods or services overseas will start to do a lot less business overseas as the US dollar becomes more expensive to do business in. So just the demand from those companies will go off, and unemployment may change very quickly in those spaces. Again, that may cause the Fed to change and start printing money along with the rest of the world to maintain unemployment levels where they need to be.